Recording in pro.
Hey guys, Onan here. So, what I wanted to talk about today was something that Joan and I sort of got into a little bit this morning after we recorded with Father Carr. And we had planned with Father Carr to talk about some articles talking about the extreme difficulties a lot of couples have with natural family planning and how there is this, it seems like it's sort of an American thing, but there's this um, I think unhealthy relationship with suffering and the idea that the suffering that some people go through with natural family planning is is automatically good. It shows that it's working. The worse it is, the more God loves you, kind of thing. And and maybe that's all true, but I was thinking, I've been doing CrossFit now for probably, I don't know, 6 years. And one of the things I remember early on during the coaching classes was this. They said, what we're going to do here should make you uncomfortable. You should be uncomfortable. If it's not uncomfortable to you, you're not trying hard enough, but you shouldn't feel pain. If you experience pain while you're working out, you're doing something wrong and you are harming your body. You're not making it better. Discomfort is part of the process of making your body better, building muscle, losing fat, creating endurance and cardio capacity. You are going to be uncomfortable in order to get better and stronger. But pain is your body telling you this is not right. This is you should not be doing this, or your technique is wrong, or whatever the case may be. Pain is our body's way of telling us to stop what we're doing. And I think a decent application can be made to sort of the spiritual life, the moral life, and particularly when it comes to natural family planning and the church's rules on sexual ethics. Um, Marriage is not easy, and it is expected to have periods of suffering and difficulty, discomfort, if you will. And I would say that discomfort is a regular, normal part of marriage. We are doing things that are uncomfortable to us. We are putting our children ahead of ourselves. We are putting our spouse ahead of ourselves. We're going to a job that we may not enjoy, but we have responsibilities. And for most of us, that is uncomfortable. But it's it's still good and virtuous and is making us or our family better, or at least keeping people alive. But pain is not normal. Pain should not be sought after for its own sake. It doesn't mean that pain doesn't happen, but we should not be constantly enduring pain, in my opinion, by choice. Or we should seriously be asking ourselves, why is this painful? Because pain is a sign that something is being harmed, not improved, not made better, but harmed. And I think for a lot of people, NFP and the extreme abstinence and all that, or let's say extreme fertility and miscarriages, etc., is probably more pain than discomfort, and is not automatically, should not be assumed to be good or virtuous or helpful to the marriage. I think that's where I think that's where the church, or let's say the American church, I think really gets it wrong, is they glorify pain, and regardless of the cause, regardless of whether it's preventable, it's assumed that it's good, and it's assumed that it's God's design and God's will. And I'm not sure that's true. And so at a bare minimum, when you deal with people that, maybe your situation is such that you don't have a ton of this pain or extreme discomfort in your marriage. Maybe natural family planning is easy. Maybe you aren't super fertile. Maybe pregnancies aren't difficult. Maybe you haven't had life-threatening deliveries, but some people do. And maybe your need and desire for intimacy isn't the same as someone else. Could be just simple as love languages. Not everyone has the same love language. Some people, especially men, physical touch is your love language, and for as they say, sex may be the particular dialect where your love language is most notably met and your love tank is filled. If for us, for our marriage, abstinence is not really a problem for my wife. NFP is not really a difficult thing for my wife. It is extraordinarily difficult for me. And it in turn affects her in the marriage and our family because it affects me. And so I want to throw that out there as a something that people ought to ponder and take into account when you're talking about these things, when you're dialoguing with others, when you are quote unquote defending the truth. Ask yourself, um, ask yourself, is this discomfort? Is this a natural, healthy part of marriage, or is this pain? And if it's pain, can it be avoided? And if it can be avoided, should it be avoided? And at a bare minimum, give people room, give people space, be very, very slow to judge. That's not my words, that's the Lord's words, but be very, very slow to judge other people because you just don't know their circumstances. And so I want to leave you guys with that and offer that up as possible fodder for future conversation and something to maybe think about next time you're in one of these fights or debates or you're struggling with this in your own marriage. So anyway, appreciate everyone for listening and continuing to follow my videos on the show. And until next time, everyone, have a good one.